The blue has a perfect start. Instead than go aggressive, he decided to play defensive and reacted properly to the red attacks with a beautiful defensive head kick. Seems that Nickolas is a little bit mad, but we can learn something from this action. What we can clearly watch is that Nickolas was able to exploit the blue guard. Indeed, the blue think is something like, okay, if he attacks me, I want to block with its side kicks. But the red, with the third kick, unbalanced the blue, and here, instead than in the armor, we have a mind-blowing action. Because the blue of course would have blocked a kick, so he decided to strike the opponent's butt. And that's the reason why the blue fall and took the penalty. Don't worry, those type of action, also if he's under the belt, are not punished, because also your opponent blocks your kicks with side kicks. So yes, if we watch that our opponent block a lot with side kick, we can set up a pattern and then we can change it by kicking the opponent butt. Guys, if you like this video and want to achieve more than 4,000 followers like I did on Instagram, you want to improve your sparring, or you want to boost your local doyan, you want to boost your store, you want to boost your e-commerce, join my membership by clicking the join button. In next days, I'm going to upload a full social media course for just €3. I know it's a crazy price, but I like to gift things to my community. So if you want to obtain my similar results and you want more information, you can ask me in the comment, or you can just click the join button. Now we can talk about how to counter sidekicks. When we studied Nickolas, we discovered that another way to counter sidekicks is by using a front roundhouse kick to the armor. Or maybe we can also use a combo, multiple front roundhouse kick and something also to the head. But pay attention that in this case, the red is lower than the blue. So you need to push his hip a lot deeper compared to the blue to strike and take those points. And we have also to watch the position of those two players, because they are not in front, but the red is slightly inner compared to the blue, if we could track an imaginary line. And this is the reason why I was able to strike easily and pressure the blue. But if the blue and red would be in the same line, 100% the red would have not be able to perform those kicks. This blue is playing really well this round compared to the previous one, and he was able to abuse a red mistake that is common in lower belt. He ran towards his opponent, exposing himself, and the blue reaction was crazy. It was just perfect. And if you want to strike like him, the only way is by playing as much as you can with your friends, with a partner, with a Taekwondo that keeps the pads up and allow you to strike a lot. So this kick is just practice. In less than a minute we can tell that the blue secured the round, and the reason behind this situation is because he's playing extremely defensive. He's not taking the initiative, he's waiting the red, and the red is striking more than the blue. But by attacking, he makes a lot of openings in his guard and is losing also points. Pay attention to this action, I don't care about the red actually, but what really matters is the blue movement. Watch, he's in the corner, now he hugs the red to stop the red, he does not move out, he's just pressing his body, he's trying to stick to the red, and he's pushing his body towards the red, he's pushing the reds with all his weight to avoid high kicks, and also if there is the Kalyu. The referee wasn't the best here, so he was able to push the red in the center of the tatami. This is a great advantage for the blue overall against an aggressive opponent. The other choice that you have in this case is also to take and rotate your opponent towards the corner. In this way, he can't go away, he can't escape from the corner. And actually, you gain a better tatami position. We can't do nothing, guys. We have the trend. If we do not train multiple high kicks like this guy, like cut kick, you are not going anywhere, guys. It's just crazy. And trust me, in a lower belt fight, that would be easy 6 points. And the fact is also a damn easy to learn. You do not need a sparring partner, you just need to lift your leg at home and kick the air. Practice and try to perform at least 3 kicks. So you lift your leg and perform a 3 kick combo. Now we have to learn how to close the distance in a fight, because it can happen in a lot of fights. And if we look at this frame, they are 1.5 square far. This means that the red can easily dodge a blue action and the blue can easily dodge the red. In this rare moment, if one of those fighters takes the initiative to strike from this distance, is going to lose some teeth. Indeed, what you need to do to avoid this situation is just to slide enough to strike in your range. For example, this blue axe kick was horrible, but axe kick in those type of situation is a great kick because it covers your head, it covers your bodies, so it's not that easy to counter. But the blue perform a back axe kick from a long distance, and it will take a lot of time to hit the target. If we look at the time, it took exactly 1 second to touch the red. With the adrenaline pumping in this vein and in this brain, 1 second is an eternity. So to avoid the same mistake, what we need to do is first we just slide a little bit in, or we can also slide out of the line, and here we can strike a front axe kick. This is the most safe action that we can do as an initiative. Now we want to learn also how to throw a punch in Taekwondo. In the previous video, if you didn't watch it, you can find the top right corner. We watched a horrible blue punch that cost him an eye. In this case, we watch instead a nice and effective punch thrown by the red. So first we need to be close. We need a close distance at max a square far from our opponent. So we do not need to close the distance. We do not need to waste time. Then we must use a feint because we need to break the tension. And when the opponent is very relaxed, we can strike our punch. And from this distance, our opponent doesn't have enough time to react properly to our action. What I really love about Nickolas is the fact that he does not stop after a kick, after a punch. I mean, this is a game based on scoring points, and the more you kick, the higher are your chance to score. So if you find your opponent unbalanced, that's the right moment to strike and abuse his weakness. And look this red, he struck a beautiful double kick to the face. The red did the same mistake in this case because he started with a step spinning hook kick from a mid distance. A step spinning hook kick is a slow kick, also if it seems fast. If we watch the time, it took 1 second to reach the blue head. 1 second, as I told you, is a lot. So if we want to perform this type of kick, we can use a step spinning hook kick as a counter. So we have to first wait our opponent action, but if we want to take as initiative, we have to use a jumping spinning hook kick, or we can just start spinning hook kick. But if we add the step, we are going to lose a lot of time. So I advise you to do it without the step. Or maybe we can also use a feint first and a step spinning hook kick. So we can use the step as a feint and then we can strike our spinning hook. We can do something like this guy, or use a side kick and then he struck a spinning hook kick. In the end, we want to understand how to win when we are losing. In this case, we have to think about our resources. 10 points cap in Taekwondo are not that much, but at this level, against an opponent that is really good on the defense and is also taller than you, that can be a mountain to overcome. So we have to search another path by using our brain. So let's look at the penalties, and the blue has 3 penalties. At 5, you're out. We know that the blue is not able to fight with feet on the ground. He falls a lot, he falls already 3 times, and this is a blue weakness. So we can use this weakness at our advantage. By using this, I don't know, probably he talked with his coach, probably he was able to realize it alone in the match, and the red decided to press the blue, and just with a small mistake, it was enough to get out of the tatami. 4 penalties for the blue. We can watch another example of what I told you previously. The blue take the initiative with an axe kick, but he was too far. And in the moment he put the foot down, probably he washed all his life in this second. But we can also read, we can also learn this red mistake. Try to comment below first and listen it. Stop the video, write down 3, 2, 1. He decided to call the headshot. When we strike the opponent helmet, most of the time our opponent get a little bit dizzy, is a little bit confused, and due to this reason we can capitalize with more points. So we do not have to stop at our first head kick. We have to continue. We have to continue to strike, we have to continue to score points and win the fight. Half minute left, Nickolas want to win this match really hard, but 5 points seems impossible to take back. So, as I told you, we need another safe path, and he's going to use heavy kicks. Watch the red pressure on the blue, is like flying. Also in the corner, the blue is smart, he's still awake, he do not want to lose this round. He abused the rule, and he tried to get out of the corner. But this red, it didn't fall in that action again. And this is something that you have to learn. This is also a reason why we watch video like this. When our opponent pushes us, when we push in the corner and there is also Kalyo, we have to plant our foot on the tatami and we do not have to move. We also to chase our opponent to avoid that he get out of the corner. We want to keep him there to abuse this position. In the end, the blue fucked up by forcing an high kick, he fall down. They also removed the penalty, but that didn't matter so much because the red was able to press a lot the blue in the corner, and with the last side kick, he pushed him out. Click the video in the center of the screen to watch the first part, if you didn't. And if you want to improve your social media, join my YouTube community by clicking the button.